Hello and welcome back to the Offside Track Podcast YouTube channel, and today it's just me on my own, and we couldn't not talk about Harry Kane. He is everywhere, in everything you read, Sky Sports, BBC, every media outlet, everyone's talking about this man. And it's no surprise, he has single-handedly carried Tottenham Hotspur into a European spot. Not a European spot that Spurs fans are happy with, the conference. It is what it is. It's a trophy that Tottenham could possibly win. The man has scored 23 goals and 14 assists this season, which is crazy. 14 assists for a striker and 23 goals. Just let that sink in. That is unbelievable. And without Kane, Tottenham would probably be in the bottom 10. And that's me being brutally honest. The reason why I want to talk about him today is he is being linked with a move away. He has recently done several interviews. He did one with Gary Neville where he spoke about his future and that he's coming to a crossroads where he needs to discuss with Daniel Levy what the plan is. The issue is Levy's not going to let him go for cheap, if Levy's going to let him go at all. The man is probably worth upwards of 150 million, and Spurs could reinvest that money because they do need a rebuild. They don't have a manager, so that's a question mark over whether Kane would want to stay, whether he's going to wait to see who Spurs appoint. But they need to appoint someone who's exciting, someone who will get players playing exciting football. They've been linked with Brendan Rodgers, Roberto Martinez, Conte as well. Out of those three, Conte would be the one that I'd pick. But that'll be a topic for another day. Let's focus on Kane. So, who could he go to? Man City is probably the one which is most likely. They have the funds. They need a striker with Aguero leaving. What a player Aguero is, by the way, and what a career he's had at Man City. But Man United have recently just signed Edison Cavani for another year. Will they want to invest that amount of money on another striker when Sancho and is joining? Possibly they need a centre defensive mid, maybe a centre back as well, so that's unlikely. PSG, they've just re-signed Neymar to a new contract. Mbappe doesn't look like he's going to leave. So those are the clubs with the financial power that could be options for Kane. So personally, I think he's going to go. I know Matthew and I have had the conversation beforehand where I've been adamant that he wouldn't leave, but the season's gone from being up here to all the way down here. It's gone from getting to a cup final, then sacking our manager 6 days before it. A manager that is a winner. Whether he had the support of the fans, he is a winner. It's interesting though, because he says to Gary Neville that it's time where he has to have an honest conversation with Daniel Levy, and it'd be interesting to be a fly on the wall for that conversation because they have good respect for each other, Kane and Levy. Levy's rewarded Kane each time he's hit a milestone. He's given him contract after contract, paid him well. He's one of Spurs' most highly paid players, so money's not an issue for Kane, and I'm not calling him a money grabber at all. He has enough money to pay for his kids. So it's interesting though what Levy could say to him to keep him. You could say, you're going to be our main man, captain, but will Kane want to stay for a rebuild with a manager he doesn't even know who's going to be? Is it his time to leave? Is City a really good option? I know he said that he loves watching Kevin De Bruyne play, and playing with Kevin De Bruyne would be a dream come true. The quote I believe was, when I watch De Bruyne play, he's a special player, and some of the balls I see him put in for City are just a striker's dream, if I'm honest. He's outstanding and an outstanding player with the ball and off the ball pressing, but his delivery is good as I've ever seen. So imagine Harry Kane and Kevin De Bruyne are in the same team. That 23 goals would turn into 40 goals, maybe more. The amount of chances that City create, the amount of attacking players that they have, that would be exciting for Kane, an exciting prospect, and they'll be in the Champions League each season and they'll be fighting for trophies each season. And that's not something that Spurs are going to be doing anytime soon, unless Levy unleashes his wallet and gives the new manager whatever he wants. But I said to Matty the other day, I said to him, what would you prefer if you were a manager, having Harry Kane in your team or having the 150 million to spend to rebuild the team when you first go in there? And he said that he would want the 150 million. And I'm inclined to agree with that, because you'd want to get your philosophy in right. You would want to get the players that you trust in and the positions that you want in. Spurs need a new defensive. That's what they need. They need at least 2 new centre backs, a right back, and a creative midfielder. But if Kane leaves, you'd need 3 strikers to do, and maybe an attacking midfielder to create 14 assists and 23 goals. If you look at the side now, Bale's unlikely to come back, I don't think. I think he will stay at Real Madrid for his final year and then see what happens. But you can't rely on Dane Scarlett and Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott's just been on loan to Ipswich and he hasn't really pulled up much applause from Ipswich fans. He works hard, yes, but is he going to score 23 goals? No. Will Dane Scarlett score that? No. So you need 2 strikers. I know Matty says Danny Ings would be a great signing for Tottenham, and I agree. But Spurs' method is to buy young players on the cheap to sell on for profit, and that isn't going to go down well with Spurs fans when you're going to sell our best player, our vice captain, our leading goal scorer, and replace him with someone who's not going to fill his boots. And no one's going to be able to fill his boots. So that's why I think they need to keep him. Spurs need to do whatever they can to keep Kane, whether that is just giving whoever the new manager is X amount of money to spend. And I know that's not going to happen, but I'm hypothetically speaking here. It'd be interesting. It's going to be an interesting summer for Tottenham. It's going to be a stressful one for a lot of it, because you don't want to see Harry Kane go, you don't want to see your best players leave, for any club really. But it's going to be interesting to see who the new manager is, who the signings are going to be, and what kind of players that they're looking to bring in, whether they're looking to bring experience or exciting players. But it all boils down to who the new manager is with Kane, I think. He's never once said that he wanted to leave Tottenham, but he's never said he would want to stay at Tottenham for the rest of his career. So that's a key point. I know loads of Sky Sports have said that he said he wants to leave Spurs, but he said to Gary Neville he's never said he wanted to leave Spurs. I think Spurs fans would be happy to let him go and win trophies, and would give him his blessing, our blessing, and then it'll be a sad moment for Tottenham seeing him leave. But this is what Daniel Levy's caused. He has done this himself by not investing when we finished second. Pochettino said it before, you can have a lovely house, brand new house, massive house, but if you don't have the new furniture in it and the same old furniture, what's the difference? You might as well stay in the old house. And it's been 5 years and we've not invested. We've lost Kyle Walker, we've lost Vertonghen, we've lost Eriksen, we've lost Dembele, and we haven't replaced these players. And it's sad to see from where we were so close to achieving titles and trophies, not scoring in a final since the Carling Cup final against Chelsea. That's embarrassing. That really is. So I guess for me, if I had to say it, Kane's going to leave. He's going to go to Man City, in my opinion. I think Spurs will invest the money slightly. I think we'll see 2 strikers come in. I think we'll see a new centre back. But it's going to be a long, stressful season. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think. And you, Matty, if you disagree with anything I've said here today, then I'd love to hear what you think. I know we've had our conversations about it, but I would be interested to see what you guys think. If you think Kane will stay or go, who do you think he's going to go to? What fee is he going to be signed for? Who's going to be the new Spurs manager? I'll leave my Twitter tag in the description below. Obviously, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook group. any questions, any topics you would like us to discuss, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. And obviously, we've still got a podcast coming out. We've got 2 that we've already filmed to come out this week and the week after, so check out that. One's a review of the league, and one's about Man City. So don't forget to check those out. Thanks for listening. Stay safe.